Hello guys, this is Juneri. I'm an artist developer and producer based in Seoul, South Korea, and this is my show where I review K-pop music videos. Today I'm going to talk about TWICE's latest single called I Got You. So let's dive in. Nice, finally a TWICE song by TWICE. You know, when TWICE debuted, they did a lot of this kind of cute concepts, but later they also experimented with kind of different vibe. It's nice to see again something coming out with this TWICE cuteness. This is actually a pre-release song just to prepare their audience for their comeback later this month. The whole song is in English, obviously tailored to the global audience. I really like the synth pop vibe, reminiscing a lot this 80s sound. It's not the first K-pop song that we have seen doing that. Actually, there is a plethora of songs doing exactly this, within this retro wave kind of style that has intruded K-pop the past maybe 6 or 7 years. It's really hard to not like this kind of song because this synth pop vibe always has this pleasant kind of feel. The song is also in a major key and it just gives more happy and pleasant vibes. But let's go to the beginning of the song and listen a bit to the instrumental and the vocals and see what is going on. You can already hear here in the introduction these kind of scenes, very reminiscent of 80s synth pop. And you see we start with this kind of break beat. It has this loud snare in there that gives all the vibe and the rhythm. And you can hear a little synth in the background playing, and of course the bass, which is always very important in synth pop. They use this acoustic bass rather than electronic. You see very sweet vocal. And in the second part of the verse we're introduced to this guitar sound. Also the bass picked up in the speed a bit. And here we get to the pre-chorus and you can hear a little more modern sound actually. It's a bit surprising that the pitch of the vocal doesn't go any high here during the pre-chorus. Normally they do that to give a little more energy. Also the instruments are a bit toned down. And it keeps me going to know that. You see, we didn't have any clap to bring up the energy. We just thrown into the chorus like this. And here we have a very steady kind of breath, and it allows the song to actually land, become more stable in its vibe and its rhythm. And here we get the high-pitched vocal, so they kept all the energy for the actual hook, the chorus. And you can hear everything now. You can hear the synth, you can hear the guitar, the bass, the drums, everything. So we didn't have any surprise during the chorus. They just use all the instruments together. We have a repetition here in the verse, pretty much the same vibe, same flow in the vocal. You can hear a little sweet synth sound here. And here we have a repetition, the pre-chorus, the chorus. But we have this section here that they just say do 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 do, and this reminds a lot of synth pop again. And we get to this animated section of the music video. We also have an interruption in the music video. So the bridge is cut. Really don't like when they do that. They cut the music flow just to insert something in the music video, especially when they put sound effects on top of the song. So in general, nothing too complex, but in order to create this very sweet sounding instrumental, it's not that easy, of course. It has a lot of high quality sounds in there. Girls' vocals are really well recorded, and the vocal melody is well made. I would prefer a little more energy in the pre-chorus at this section. Either from the vocal melody, they could bring it a bit higher, like towards the chorus, or they could just bring the classic little clap towards the chorus, like here. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, in general, it's a very well-made song. It's Twice, after all. They always have a very high production quality. But let's see what this music video and song actually mean. We start here in the deep sea. It seems to be very turbulent. You see here the thunders and everything, and she's just touching these windows. She's inside the ship, and she's watching outside all this rough weather, which is a representation of the hard times, the bad times. But she turns to the camera and smiles at us, which means everything's gonna be fine, I guess. And here we're introduced to the girls looking at each other. Yes, painted a ring on her. And yeah, we have a kind of generic start of the verse. You can interpret this as you like. But here the lyrics start making sense, how the story unfolds with you. When I'm walking into the darkness, so when it's a little hard, scary time, and we see a lighthouse here. I know you'll be there, lighting up the flares, right? And they saw this lighthouse, so she's like into this ship, and she's just going through, a bit scary. She doesn't know what's gonna happen, but there she is, her friend, lover, and we're gonna talk about what could this be in a bit. But there she is. She actually has a whole lighthouse illuminating the path and helping them go through the rough time. You see, when it's starless, I will follow you to the moon, and we do get an actual moon here. It means when there are no stars, you see it's cloudy, there's still the moon, right? And I'm gonna follow that. Have this Western kind of poetry that everything ends in the kind of the same rhyme. We'll never fall apart, even a million miles apart. They used the same exact word. So they had 4 words ending in the same rhyme, and the 2 of them are actually the same. I don't think this is the best songwriting, personally. But back to the meaning, it pretty much says, I'm gonna be there for you. As they dance together, they have this red cloth binding them together. In Asian culture, this red thread is a representation of destiny. It's like they're destined to be together. And yeah, we got them dancing here in front of their bed sheets. I'm joking, of course. No matter what you got me, I got you. And I wouldn't want any other way, so it's pretty straightforward. And I honestly don't really like that, okay? I think the lyrics are very, very simple. Like usually when you hear a very good song, the lyrics are not that straightforward, they're a bit more abstract. They travel you through a story. These are straightforward in our face. And while it's nice for the global audience and everybody to understand exactly what they mean, I think they're a bit dumbed down. No matter what, you got me, I got you, and I wouldn't want it any other way. This is where you would throw this symbolism. So no matter what, you got me, I got you. This is where you could construct a lyric saying like, even in the rough seas, I would build your lighthouse. This is a very rough example, of course. I'm just reviewing this song, I'm not rewriting it. No drop of doubt, I know deep down that's fine, that's a little nicer lyric, but then again, we'll make it through just like we always do. It's a bit too childish for a lyric.
Hey, every second,
And then we get to the second verse anyways.
every minute, when you're close to me like it's supposed to be.
So you see, these kind of lyrics for the verse are just fine. It's like a slow rap, right? So you can say anything you want, everything works.
And catch me before I ever hit the ground. And I'll do the same for you.
Okay, here it kind of works. And we see the music video as well, how she grabs her hand and she has her.
No, we never fall apart, even billion miles apart.
And we have the repetition of everything. The music video keeps showing these images like they're together, they're friendly. And you see here they're completely tied by destiny. And she's watching out the rough weather and she's worried. And now we get to this cartoon scene. And you see them falling into the sea, but they're there for them. And you see again these red threads here going around, which means we're destined to be together. And they're all together in the sea. Don't forget, guys, how scary is the sea for the average Korean person, because so many Korean people can't actually swim. They don't have a very good relationship with the sea. So it's actually like going to the space, like they don't have oxygen. So this represents a very scary time. They were all in the sea, but they survived because they're destined to be together. And you see we're back to the ship here. And they're all together and they just made it through, right? Through the rough times, the hard times that we've seen into this animation. And we finish here with this nice scene with the ship sailing away into the future. So overall, I'm not very happy with the lyrics actually. I think they're a bit poorly written. Don't get me wrong, writing lyrics is actually quite hard, even for the skilled person. But compared to what's out there, I think they could definitely do a much better job with the lyric. The meaning is just too flat, it's just on the surface. They could just dive in with a bit of symbolism, make it a little more abstract, and that's the beauty of songwriting. Of course, there is a beauty when you keep everything simple without symbols and you still make a great song, but I don't think this is exactly the case here. It's just the lyrics that you might find in a Disney music for kids. In other case, let's go back to the beginning of the song and watch a bit the music video, how it was made, what they're wearing, what they're doing. We got these digital graphics here, of course, for the rough waves. Really well done through the window. Really nice long nails here and the ring. And we got all these nice items because they're navigating the sea. So the art team just thought, okay, what are we gonna put there? What are we gonna put? Of course, a compass, you know, this magnifying glass and everything that symbolizes being in the ship and trying to find your way. Really nice shot here, great lighting. You see the background is really nicely blurred. This is very pretty image. And of course, the front here is also very pretty. Nice, simple, flat makeup, the peach red lipstick. And she turns to us and looks at us and just feels nice. And also this color of the wood here is fantastic. This is not a cheap set in the sense that it looks cheap. It looks very, very nice. And you see they added these plants in here too. It makes it a bit homey, right? This is their home. This is themselves moving on. And we see them here playing. And they're doing here really great work with the lighting. Although we know it's artificial, it does look a bit just like they're inside the ship and this natural sunlight comes in. And their acting is nice here. Just made here this ring. And we keep seeing these little extra items here. It's really nice. So compare you're trying to make this music video with much less money or less attention. So maybe the carpet is actually just one color, just this brown. This pillow is just a cheap pillow from IKEA without, you know, any pattern. And you don't have all this. Here is just this wood. Maybe you have a candle, something like that. And the girls are not dressed up that peculiarly. Like you see here, they have two different clothes. Like like this light blue and the cream color top, and they just make some kind of contrast. So if you take out all this quality in the details, the scene suddenly would feel so cheap. No matter what lighting you put, no matter what girls you put, this is the work of the art team, right? Nobody told them exactly what to put. It's not like the director sat down and thought, okay, we're gonna put this kind of carpet or this or that. They just tell the art team to make the scene, and they just go and buy or manufacture whatever they cannot buy, and they make this beautiful space that when the filming time comes in, you know, and the director says, okay, let's shoot this kind of scene, they just go around, they make everything pretty, and boom, here we have it. And here you can see another complex scene and think the same way, you know, if this carpet was not this pretty carpet. And the difference in the budget is quite big actually, because you could put anything here, like, you know, a flat carpet of any color. It would cost you maybe $200 to cover this area, but this specific carpet costs more than $1,000 or 1,500. You know, maybe there are many carpets, of course, not just one. You can see all these blankets, you know, each of them has a peculiarity, and of course you could say like, yeah, because each of the girls are a bit different, you know, so this adds to the symbolism, to the abstract symbolism of the song. And you can see somebody's reading, somebody's sleeping, you know, they're doing different actions. This is the director's work, telling them, okay, that's what you're gonna do, girl. So you're gonna pretend to be sleeping, you're gonna pretend to be reading, you're gonna look at the camera obviously and sing. You see like how she's laid on the back. You see all this quality of work coming into here. This needs both time, money, and experience. Look at the detail of this corset like top she's wearing here. Even that adds to the image. And of course this hat here. Everything just looks very pretty and nice. You see also the light here, which is just an excuse for the light coming this way. This is just a practical light. The light that illuminates on them, of course, it's a much larger, professional, filtered light that makes the skins look so smooth and nice.
The story unfolds with you.
And here we got the action, right? Like how she comes in, super fantastic. And you see, because they decorated the set so much, every scene just looks fantastic.
When I'm walking into the darkness, I know you'll be right there lighting up the flare.
A few more graphics here, and look at this prettiness here. She's wearing contact lenses, of course, but the color of the hair is also fantastic. And what she's wearing on the top with the bangs here, they just make it super pretty. And of course the lips.
When it's always, I will follow you to the
And she just looks at us and kills us. More graphics here, of course.
moon. Though I never follow
And we got this dance scene.
even million miles
The drone around, and this is a high quality drone. Maybe they put the actual cinema camera on the drone, that they didn't just use some kind of drone with internal camera.
apart. We were lightning from the start, and it keeps me going to know that.
And you see how the choreography goes, and they turn and they finish to our face.
Me going to know that.
Super pretty, of course, with the little flowers here.
No matter what, you got me, I got
These flares here are lovely, are super nice. They're real flares from the sun.
I got you.
And again, we get this set at the SIP. And now you can see all these carpets, right? The art team put here, and all these different rugs and everything, how to make it pretty. And even they have an illuminating globe here. It just looks very pretty. The whole set just looks very pretty.
And I wouldn't want it any other way.
We get a nice slow motion here, straight out of some kind of commercial. Super pretty modeling shot. And you see there is wind from everywhere. You cannot generate this wing, at least for the scale of a music video. If it was a big budget Hollywood movie, maybe they have some huge series of fans and everything. But here I'm pretty sure they just picked a really windy day.
No troubles now, I know deep down that we'll make it through, just like we always do.
Yeah, really nice modeling shots here. And the wardrobe is fantastic too. Here we got a combination of graphics.
Hey, every second, every minute.
And again, with a fantastic flair, she's singing in front of the sun. In order to make this kind of shot work and not get everything dark here, you need to actually bring so much light from this side. So what they're doing, they actually have a really strong diffused light from this side, and also they have a bounce here, so the sunlight actually bounces and goes back on here, and they also have the extra light, and this brings up the shadows in the front, so it's not just a big dark silhouette.
When you're close to me, like it's supposed to be, and no limit to what
Wow, fantastic shot here.
limit.
You see they're filming the reflection on the water and they just throw something and creates these droplets. Really pretty scene.
To what I would do for you. You turn my whole world
And I really like the lenses they're using. It has a really nice soft quality everywhere, right?
upside down. Catch me before I ever hit the ground. And I do the same for you. No, we never fall apart. Even billion miles apart.
Again, like this is fantastic, like how the sun is behind them. You can still see them. In many of my low budget music videos I filmed many years ago, I did that a lot because sets cost a lot of money, right, to make. And if the music video is low budget, the easiest thing to do is just go out, try to create some little story and film like that. And what's the best way to add production value to your low budget music video? The sun. It's free, just use it. So you just put somebody in front and it just looks pretty.
We remind me from the start, and it gives me guilt to know that. No matter what, you got me, I got you, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, I really like all these modeling shots they have in there to enhance the story, you know, these abstract visuals to show how they're really nice together, you know, they're there for each other.
Always do.
Like you see these kind of symmetrical shots here, and they're sharing these earphones and they're listening together. And then we get to the animation. I really like how abstract is the animation, the colors. Some of the animation is like a painting, some, you know, it's digital. I really like it. You see this kind of oil painting, like they're not precise, their faces and everything. They didn't try too hard to replicate this of the girls. They all have this kind of black hair here. And the typical shots here outside, you know, in the sun, on the ship, they're just going and the camera goes around and just takes a lot of shots. You see, these are not exactly directed. Of course, they told them take this kind of positions, but in general, yeah, the camera goes around. They just try to take what they take. And the girls are so experienced and so well trained that they just, whatever they look at, it just looks nice. I think I mentioned it in one of my previous reviews, how much difference makes working with an indie artist that they just want to be a singer and somebody more experienced that, you know, they just have it. They just have this natural vibe and whatever they do, it just looks nice. So yeah, that's pretty much the song. It's about friendship, but it could also be about love. There is no specific lyric that prevents us from thinking this is about a lover's relationship. Of course, from the visuals and the music video to the context of Twice, it's about friendship, it's about them as a group. But this is the beauty of music, of course. You can take it as you like and put it into your own context. So if it's about a friendship for you, that's great. If it's about your loved one, that's also really good. This song really works. So about the music video, I have absolutely no complaint. It's really well done, high quality music video, not necessarily with a huge budget, and that's fine. You don't always need to spend like millions of dollars to make a music video. This looks perfect just as it is. It had one little set that all the girls were there. They went to an outdoors location and created some really nice scenes for each of the girls, their personal sets, let's call them. If it was another kind of song, they have to create a set for each of the girls, and that's very expensive. But here you just go out, the sun is there, the sea there, there's a beautiful scenery. We don't often see that in K-pop a lot. Most of the music videos that were filmed outdoors they have to go like to New Zealand or New York or somewhere, you know, like away from Korea. Maybe it's because they don't want to look cheap, or maybe their concepts of K-pop music, they just don't fit very well. Also, if you live in that kind of environment, nothing looks really pretty, it just looks modern and you just don't want that. So yeah, music video is perfect, no complaints. Styling, the girls are doing exceptional job as always. The instrumental I think is really nice, except the little claps I would add on the pre-chorus going up. But the vocal melody and lyrics, I think they're not at the quality Twice deserves. This is not a Disney song, this is a Twice song. They should work a bit more on it. If it was this person that made them, maybe 1 day or 2 days with clean head, you know, they could bring up a bit the quality of it, or they could just transfer it to somebody else with new ideas and just rewrite some of the lyrics and bring up the quality. Now usually the producer of that, which in this case is a YP or somebody below them that he gave them this project, is the one that takes the decision. So I don't know, maybe the decision maker, because this song is in English, they couldn't evaluate it that well, so they thought it's okay, you know, it sounds good, it looks good, you know, just release it. But I'm pretty sure if it was in Korean, it had this very simple lyric, it wouldn't be a pass, okay? It would be cut and say rewrite the lyrics and add something to the vocal melody maybe. So that's my only letdown. Would I come back to listen to this song again? Maybe. I don't think it's the most memorable Twice song. They have huge discography with fantastic songs, so why would I spend my 3 minutes to watch this instead of Likey, for example, which is so fantastic, or Cheer Up, or so many, I cannot even start. But of course I will remix this song. It's a bit sad because I'm gonna take the part that I think it's the least good in this, which is the vocals, and I'm going to make a new instrumental, but the instrumental of this song is already very nice, but that's what I do, right? I don't rewrite the lyric, although that's a good idea. In other case, I don't think it's a big deal. It works okay for this pre-release kind of song. It's in English, and people that like it, they can enjoy it more till we wait for the real comeback of Twice. So that's all from me. This is June. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.